Hello all, my name is Adri, also known as the Urban Diosa, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if this is not your first time here, and if you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date as I drop spiritual gems and keep you guys engaged as I embrace my spiritual lifestyle. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about how to crystal shop, okay? Because y'all know I love my crystals. I love me some crystals. So I wanted to, give you guys a few tips and a few tricks as far as to crystal shopping, where to crystal shop, how to crystal shop, what to do when you crystal shopping. So let's get into it. So the first thing that you want to think about when you are crystal shopping or wanting to crystal shop, especially if you're a beginner, is how will you crystal shop? So will you be going online to shops? Will you be using a small business or maybe a business that you've been following for some time online, or maybe you Googled a business, or maybe you found an Etsy store? How will you be shopping? Will you be going online, or will you be shopping in person? So going online is cool, but I will suggest that you shop online more so when you become more familiar with how to crystal shop, and you'll understand as I go a little further throughout the video. But me, I like to personally go in store to shop because I like to be guided to my crystal. I like to feel my crystal. I like to be called to crystals, and I love metaphysical shops and just the energy that it gives me. So again, first and foremost, when you are looking to start or build your crystal collection, one thing to think about is how will you crystal shop? So will you shop online? So pretty easy. Don't have to leave the house if you don't want to. Don't have to drive too far. Don't have to do too much. Find some little pretty crystals online. Get the little info real quick before you purchase and copy real quick. Or do you like to go in store and embrace the crystals and the atmosphere and the setting to shop? Or maybe like a pop-up, maybe you like to buy crystals at a pop-up so you can again engage with that crystal and really feel the energy and what it's why you're called, and if you're even called in the first place. Because that's one thing, quick tip, trick, asterisk, hashtag to throw out there. If you buy crystals and for whatever reason they don't last a day, they don't last hours, not even a week with you, it's because you did not need it. That may happen often when you shop online because you're not able to build that bond, get that connection, you feel me? But yes, this is just me speaking personally. Do what fits, but especially as you grow and you grow your crystal collection, you grow in your spiritual journey, you'll learn what's best for you and what's in alignment for you. Because I won't say that I don't shop online at all for crystals, because I do. But again, I like a more personal connection, so I like to be like in store. Like I like to be in person with my crystals, right? And I also like to feel the vibes of where I'm getting the crystal from. Like, so the setting, the external energies, right? So internally, I like to be guided to the crystal, but externally, I like to feel the vibes of the atmosphere of which I am purchasing the crystal. So another thing to think about when you are, learning how to crystal shop is where will you crystal shop? So you got the online and you got in person. So say you choose in person. So where do you go to crystal shop? That is a frequently asked question, especially for beginners in spirituality, where to go for crystal shopping. So my favorite place to go for crystal shopping is metaphysical shops. Where do you find metaphysical shops, or where are the best metaphysical shops located? To me, again, speaking from personal experience, is the arts district in your local community, right? Even another great place to shop outside of metaphysical shops, but they kind of give me the same vibe, is pawn shops. So there's a metaphysical shop in my arts district that I go to, and then like 2 or 3 blocks away, I can walk 2 or 3 blocks, and there's a pawn shop, a really big pawn shop full of antiques, and they have crystals for really, really like cheap, for the low. All right, and they have like hearts, wands, clusters, raw. It's a variety. So again, my favorite place to shop as far as where to shop in person is arts districts. Okay, so that's the best place to me for metaphysical shops and for pawn shops. All right, with the steals and the deals. But another place that I like to shop for crystals is Five Below, believe it or not. However, I do not think they buy all of their crystals from the same vendor or the same supplier, because some of them you got to be iffy about whether they have them mislabeled, so it's the wrong crystal, or they're just not genuine whatsoever. So definitely want to be careful. But Five Below is just one of my favorite places to shop, budget friendly spiritual places to shop, period, when it comes to spirituality. But Five Below, another great place. Metaphysical Shops, Arts District specifically. And yes, if you're in Vegas, I think I am going to do a vlog about my favorite crystal shops out here, because there are some great ones. So how are you going to crystal shop? In person or online? Where can you shop at? Please excuse me, allergy season is in the air. But so again, where to crystal shop, how to crystal shop. All right, and guidance, being guided to a crystal. Now, just because you shop online does not mean you will not be guided to a crystal. Let me tell you that. If you keep seeing the same crystal on your timeline, or a crystal keeps being referred to, you are being guided to this crystal. Okay, this is a way that you are being guided. You can't always feel it, or just feel it in your hand, or just feel it physically. Sometimes you just feel it and just know it. So that is another way to crystal shop, when you are guided to a specific crystal. You don't know why. For instance, I was guided to a blue aragonite at a very shifting time, where I was asking for new beginnings, but I wasn't necessarily open to the new beginnings, or I wasn't, the doors, I wasn't opening the right doors to these new beginnings. And I ran into blue aragonite, and this blue aragonite was so healing for me at that time, and it still is. I'm actually utilizing it at this very moment. But it was a very healing experience, as far as, spiritually, and just giving me the real vibes that I needed, as far as new beginnings, and setting those new intentions, and being of acceptance to change that I have been asking for in the first place. So just being called, because I didn't know why I was called to it. It's pretty, of course, but most crystals are pretty, but I was drawn to it. I still have it, didn't lose it, haven't misplaced it. And anytime I think about it and maybe thought I lost it or misplaced it, boom, there it goes. But just being drawn to it, so you can literally just be drawn to it on your timeline. So just seeing it constantly in your feeds, or just seeing it, and just it's that sparkle, because most crystals have sparkle, but this one crystal just got a sparkle. It's bringing a sparkle to your eyes. It's giving you that glow. But when you're just called, all right, a lot of spirituality is just knowing, and just knowing the unknown and seeing the unseen. So that's how crystal being guided to crystals works also. It's just knowing when you get those feelings. All right, so if you're in person, what I like to do is literally, if I'm drawn to it by looking at it, number one, a lot of times what metaphysical shops will do is they will have the label, the name of the crystal, and actually the healing properties of the label. So a lot of times I actually read the healing properties, and if the shoe is fitting, baby, I put it on. I pay for it. I don't just walk out the store with it, but I put it on, baby. But I usually know, what needs healing before I go into metaphysical shops or crystal shops or healing stores. But so I get that confirmation by actually reading the informational, or I'll just pick up, because a lot of times they have like bowls or just like jars of crystal. So it's just like, okay, well, I'm being called to this crystal, but which one is actually for me? Because again, you can very well get the wrong one. So a lot of times I literally just pick them up, or I hover my hand around it, and I just feel like, which one is calling me? Do I feel this? No, I'm not feeling this. Do I feel that? No, I'm not feeling that. Do I feel this? Oh, I feel it. And I cop it just like that. If the shoe is fitting, I take it, baby. I take it. So yes, great way to crystal shop accordingly is according to intuition and your guidance. So trusting your gut, trusting your intuition. So just 3 quick tips as far as how to crystal shop is figuring out how you're going to crystal shop and where you're going to crystal shop. So the first two right there. How are you going to crystal shop? Are you going to go online? Are you going to go in person? Do you want to go to a pop-up shop? Do you want to go to a metaphysical shop? Are you going to go to the arts district? Are you going to shop with a small brand that you've been following, or a spiritual mentor maybe? And then just how to understand the guidance when you are crystal shopping, that the callings that you are receiving, or the messages that you are being channeled as you are walking into crystal shops. All right, so yes, that's just 3 quick tips. I'll definitely drop a part 2. Definitely go ahead and drop a part 2, give y'all a little more information as far as how to crystal shop. And again, drop that Vegas vlog, maybe even if you come to visit Vegas. I know some places close to the strip, everybody usually stays on the strip when they come to Las Vegas, so I'll definitely drop those gems for y'all. But until next time, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Light and love from the Urban Diosa.